Hi, it's me, Mitchell James calling. Welcome to MJT Reviews. We are talking about Montenegro, Heaven by Dimol. And joining me is Stuart Wilders from ESC Fan TV, a great YouTube channel discussing everything Eurovision. So check it out. You may even get some cool things on that. So, hi, Stuart. What do you think of Heaven, Montenegro?
It's a bit High School Musical for my liking. It sort of strikes me of a bit High School Musical mixed with something I might have seen from S Club Juniors some years ago. And those who don't know S Club Juniors, I don't know whether you ever had S Club Juniors in Australia, but it was a sort of sort of a take two of S Club 7, but with younger singers all singing about all sort of nicey stuff. This is what this sounds like to me. Nothing wrong with the song, but it does feel like lots of different singers pulled together for one purpose, which was to represent Montenegro at Eurovision. Doesn't really work for me. I can see the younger viewer really enjoying this song, and the melody's nice. They harmonise rather nicely also, but Montenegro tends to struggle to qualify these days, and I'm expecting a similar kind of result.
Do you get a kind of chain of life for you?
Yeah, boom, boom, no.
Did you hear it that like the audience yelled out no? It's always so funny to hear that.
Yeah, it was brilliant. It was brilliant. Yeah. So yeah, I do actually. I do. It's got a similar kind of style. I don't know if the same songwriter, but yeah, I take your point there. So yeah, S Club Juniors, High School Musical, and yeah, or everything in between. It's just lovely. Lovely should be the words to use to describe this song. Is it a Eurovision winner in the making? Definitely not.
Yeah, junior teen vibe. But do you think the teens would get on board with this song?
I think if it's in junior Eurovision, this would do really well. But it just strikes me that it's not mature enough. Mature is a good word actually to describe it. It's not mature enough to be a Eurovision song that does well. I mean, hey, you can present whatever you want. You can send something that's straight out of junior Eurovision. Will it do well in this contest against the kind of quality that is that we have in the other 40 songs? No, I just don't see this doing really well. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's second in the first semi-final. So, you come right after Cyprus, and Tamta's going to blow everyone's socks off. I just don't see this doing anything. On this occasion, best of luck to Montenegro nonetheless, but I just don't think this will work.
So, yeah, okay. Great. Thanks a lot, Stuart.
I'm here with Elysse Turner. Hi, Elysse.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, thanks.
We started that again.
Yeah, good. It's a vicious cycle.
Well, you all should know how like we're doing. We are the people that you're watching. We're not like robots. We have feelings.
Exactly. We're humans too, not just vloggers. So we're talking about Montenegro, Heaven by Dimol. What did you think of Heaven?
I thought it was interesting. Well, but we'll start with the musical breakdown. We had a male and female singer. It was a sort of duet style, so I thought that was kind of cool. It's the first duet we've looked at so far for Eurovision, so that was pretty cool. And one language in English. Our vocal range is A3 to B flat 4, not very wide, just over an octave, like by a semitone, so it's not too adventurous, but it's not too bad. And honestly, considering they had a key change, I'm surprised it's such a small vocal range, because the key starts in D major and it goes up one semitone to E flat major. So like literally all they've done is they've shifted themselves up a semitone, and therefore it would have been in an octave, but because of the key change, it is a slightly more than an octave range. So, fun facts with Elysse. We have a 4/4 time signature at 92 beats per minute, which is moderate speed, in case that's not obvious by now. Like, surely if you've been keeping up with us, you should know this by now. You should learn to thing or two. And we have 4 chords. I don't have my keyboard with me today because it's a bit late, but our chords are chord 1, chord 2, chord 4, and chord 5. So that's pretty cool. And if you want to play at home, that is D, E minor, G, and A. And you can figure out the order yourself. It's pretty simple. In terms of instruments, we had 4 main instruments. We had our vocals, as usual, with the 2 singers. And then we had some drums. I think they were electric drums, a piano, and then they also had like a stringed instrument. And I was unable to identify what this was. That really annoyed me. I asked my friend, who's like a music buff like me, like, please identify this instrument. I have a photo from the music video and everything. And it's just like, yeah, nah, don't know. So if you do know what it is, please let me know. I really want to know what this instrument is because it sounded pretty cool. Like it looks like a cello. It sounds a little like a guitar that you bow. Like,
is that the one with the old man?
Yeah, it's the old man's like instrument. And so it was cool. It looked interesting. It looked fun. But I have no idea what it is. And I really want to know. So if you know that, please, please, please comment for my sanity, if anything else. Like, I just want to know. Like, and then in terms of song structure, we had our introduction for 4 bars. We had verse 1 at 8 bars, a chorus for 16, an instrumental for 4 bars, verse 2 for 4 bars, so it's half the size of the first verse, a bridge for 8, a chorus for 17, and an outro for 6. We don't have too many outros, so a 6-bar outro, bit out there, but otherwise it's a pretty standard song. I can't quite remember why the second chorus was 17 bars instead of 16. I think it was probably where the key change was, so it might have been a bar of key change. You're just going to shift it up, get used to this jarring concept, and then on they go with the chorus. Actually, yep, that was the note I made on my paper, not on my computer. So that's what it was. So yeah, that's our sort of musical breakdown. Nice and streamlined today, accidentally.
What did you think of the music video?
Well, musically and a little bit video-wise, it kind of reminded me of something that I'd see in like a Korean drama on Netflix. Not an insult. I love my Korean dramas, but they're a little bit cheesy. Love is the moment. Like a little bit over the top costuming, like fantasy sort of like dreamscape style. And so that was it's probably not something I would listen to again, but I didn't mind it, and it was kind of annoying when it did get stuck in my head. So, like, I don't hate it. It was just like it's good for a one-off, and that's about it for me. But yeah, so the video looks a bit like it's a love story, and the lyrics sort of seem to sort of point to that as well. And it seems pretty obvious. The girl on the horse really intrigued me. She seemed to have different costuming, like she had the red cape on. I don't know if she was just wearing things that they normally wear in Montenegro. I don't know what they wear in Montenegro, but I was just like, you stand out in this video. You intrigue me. I would kind of like to know more, but you know, otherwise, like the characters looked like characters seen in a camera in like maybe a Christmas movie because there was a lot of snow and like stuff happening there. I liked that you could see the guy with the instrument that I can't name. I think that was cool, regardless of whether I can identify it or not. So that was pretty fun. And the treble clef formation, like there's a point in the video where all the singers are like, you know, or like the dancers or something, like they form a treble clef on the beach. I thought that was cool. And it really reminded me, there was like ages ago now, there was like an ad for Qantas Airlines, which is an Aussie airplane company, and they'd sing I Still Call Australia Home on like iconic like places around Australia. It reminded me of because it had that real aerial shot about it. So yeah, those are my music video thoughts.
Yeah, awesome. So did you think that that the guy who plays the instrument that we can't identify, did you think he was a bit out of place considering it seemed like a really young video, and then there was just like, hi, Randy.
Maybe, but they also had instrumentals which are a bit out of place in the Eurovision contest. That's not something you usually have, and so I guess they definitely pushed the fact that they had instrumentals. It wasn't like, we have an instrumental, we're just going to ignore it. It was we have an instrumental and we're going to actually acknowledge that in our music video. But, like, at least he was on the beach, which is where they all ended up, I guess. That's about as close as it tied into in the music video.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you think of the actual voices? Did you think it was all very kind of innocent sounding? Like you said, PG. Yeah. Do you think it was also kind of, I got like a kind of High School Musical vibe to it?
Yeah, like, it seems very, what's the word? Naive? Like, not that the concept of, like, you know, a love story is naive, but the way that it was presented and the way that it was sung, it had, like, a really naive feel about it. And, like, there's nothing wrong with that. It was just not something that I'd probably go back to. There are very few songs I've Spotified in a K-drama that I've been watching. Let's just leave it at that, shall we?
Do you think that it stands its ground in the competition or not?
Like, there's a place for slower songs and ballady songs and sort of that style, I guess, but I just, other than that weird unnamed instrument, nothing else really grabbed me too much, I guess.
Did you hear traditional? Okay. Did you hear traditional sounds or anything?
Yeah, like it did have a bit of a more traditional compared to the others, but at the same time, while you want to have some traditional elements in your piece, I think you've still got to be appealing to a worldwide audience. It's not like a contest just for your country or something like that. It's not just an advertisement for your country either. It is something which is competing on the world stage against other countries, and the other countries aren't just going to stay traditional for the sake of staying traditional. They're going to keep up with what's happening, at least in the last 6 years, in order to try and win that competition.
Yeah. I think it's interesting. Montenegro has a reputation of every entry they make, people call it, it's like a love song to Montenegro. And it kind of has that vibe in all their songs, except one that I can think of.
Well, then the duet should not have been sung between a male and a female. It should have been sung between a male and the country. And by the country, I mean, you know, it's nice scenic landscape shots. It's a visual part rather than a vocal part.
Yeah. All right, awesome. Well, thanks a lot, Elysse. Thanks to all the jury members. You can be sure to subscribe and comment below. We like the comments. And until next time, bonsoir, Europe, and goodbye. Hi, so due to unforeseen circumstances, Lam will not be in this Montenegro video. So we'll get him to do a synopsis video during the ranking video. And I'm very excited about that video. So very eager. If you want to see that, just stay tuned for that. And until next time, bonsoir Europe and goodbye. Who will make the cut? Who will win our hearts? MJT Review.